Meanwhile, I mentioned Dan Bongino. He's now crying on Fox and Friends. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Dan Bongino on Fox and Friends is saying, I have to show up to work at 7:30 in the morning. I have to look at four walls. It's so terrible what I have to do. It's so hard. Listen to Dan Bongino, the little wimp, crying on Fox News about being the director, the deputy director, saying how much he hates his job, basically. Listen.
I mean, I gave up everything for this. I mean, you know, my wife is struggling. I'm not a victim. I'm not Jim Comey. It's fine. I did this and I'm proud I did it. But if you think we're there for tea and crumpets, well, I mean, Cash is there all day. We share it. Our offices are linked. He turns on the faucet. I hear it. He's there he gets in at like 6 o'clock in the morning. He doesn't leave till 7 at night. You know, I'm in there at 7:30 in the morning. He uses the gym. I work out in my apartment, but I stare at these four walls all day in DC. You know, by myself, divorced from my wife, not divorced, but I mean, separated, divorced. And it's hard. I mean, you know, we love each other and it's hard to be apart.
But you're doing some great work. You're straightening out the FBI, you're moving buildings. There's a lot of change.
Listen to that blowhard Brian Kilmeade perform fellatio on Dan Bongino live on Fox and Friends. Oh, well, it's really hard. You know, we're separated. Me and my wife, I bet you your wife loves the fact that she's in a different state from you, Danny boy. But, oh, my God, do you know how many people in this country are separated from one another because of their job and their work, you freaking imbecile? You're the one who decided to take this job, you idiot. You were doing your right-wing echo chamber, unlistenable radio show, and you talk smack about me, by the way. And then when I reached out to your producer, didn't want me to come on, but you can do a segment and talk about me and talk smack about me. You blowhard idiot coward, you. That's who you are, Dan Bongino. You're a coward, you're a conspiracy theorist, and you're a thug. That's what you are. You're a thug. And here's, again, Bongino on Fox and Friends. I'm sure, they really press him with hard-pressing questions, don't they? But Bongino now coming up with conspiracy theories about James Comey. By the way, I am not a James Comey fan. I never liked James Comey. I think you could make the argument that Comey could have cost Hillary Clinton the election when he reopened that investigation and found nothing a few weeks before the election. But now Bongino is claiming that we found all these secret documents in James Comey's office. Listen to this.
Wait till you read this stuff that's coming out.
Does he still have loyalists in the building? Because when I hear the FBI director saying, you guys are finding boxes that are hidden, okay, how does that happen in the Bureau?
Well, we were there a couple of weeks, and luckily there were a lot of people up there who grabbed us by the arm the minute we came in and said, thank you for being here. You know, we need to talk. There are people there who are really horrified at what happened. And there was a room, and we found stuff, a lot of stuff.
A hidden room.
I wouldn't call it hidden, but hidden from us at least, and not mentioned to us. And then we found stuff in there, and a lot of it's from the Comey era, and we are working our damnedest right now to declassify. And just so you know, because I get the public, I totally understand people saying, well, do it now. The process is not all the information is ours to declassify. Some is other intelligence agencies. It's not, we literally can't do it. Once that gets done and that gets out there and you read some of the stuff we found that, by the way, was not processed through the normal procedure, digitizing it, putting in FBI records. We found it in bags hiding under Jim Comey's FBI. You're going to be stunned.
Oh, we're going to be stunned. Okay, well, what's in it? What's in it that's so bad? And again, Bongino's the same guy who defended Donald Trump when Donald Trump had all these classified documents in a bathroom at Mar-a-Lago. But Bongino didn't have any problems with that. But allegedly, they found all these documents under James Comey's desk. Notice he doesn't talk about what the documents are. He doesn't talk about how many of them. No specifics, nothing. Oh, you're going to be shocked. Yeah, just like we're going to be shocked when you release the Jeffrey Epstein files. How did that work out? Pam Bondi was promising that for weeks. Oh, yeah, we're going to release them. Nothing. This is also a nothing burger. And Bongino doesn't want to talk about what's really going on in this country, but wants to continue peddling his conspiracy theories. And speaking of conspiracy theories, Bongino said that there's allegedly this video that exists outside of Jeffrey Epstein's jail cell where apparently nobody was going in and out. If there was this sort of video, then why didn't the Attorney General Barr release it way back then if there was one now? But again, Bongino claiming that there's this video that exists that's going to be released publicly. Have a listen to this.
Those two cases obviously are of significant public interest. I'm just telling you what we see in the file. I just want to be crystal clear on this. I am not asking anyone to believe me. I'm telling you what's there and what isn't.
Right.
There is nothing in the file at this point on the Epstein case, and there's going to be a disclosure on this coming shortly. We are working through there is video. That is something the public does
There's
not.
video of him killing himself.
No, not the actual act, but the entire MCC Bay. It was only one camera. There's video that when you look at the video, and we will release, that's what's taken a while on this. We are working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced, and we're going to give the original so you don't think there were any shenanigans. You're going to see there's no one there but him.
Right.
There's just nobody there. So I say to people all the time, if you have a tip, let us know. But there's no DNA, there's no audio, there's no fingerprints, there's no suspects, there's no accomplices, there's no tips, there is nothing. If you have it, I'm happy to see it. There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see it.
So
If there's video that's clear as day, then why didn't the Attorney General release it under the first Donald Trump administration? Why have you not released it yet? What are you waiting for? Why hasn't it been released? When you decided to do an interview with Kash Patel and you said there's no doubt in your mind that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide, why didn't you have the video ready to go to show the American people? That's why people don't believe you. That's why Jeffrey Epstein's brother doesn't believe you. That's why I don't believe you. Dan Bongino and Kash Patel have zero credibility. I wouldn't believe one word they say here or there. But if there is this video that is ready to go, why haven't you released it already? What are you waiting for? If you want to release it unedited, then why haven't you released it? Where's the Jeffrey Epstein files? Why haven't you released those? All these MAGA idiots out there, and that's what you are. You're a bunch of idiots. You're a bunch of clowns. Oh, it's the deep state. Okay, well, I guess Dan Bongino is part of the deep state now. I guess Kash Patel is part of the deep state now. Oh, no, but you won't hear MAGA Republicans say that. You'll never hear Donald Trump say Dan Bongino is part of the deep state, or these right-wing echo chamber radio shows that talk about the deep state every day when they can't even tell you what exactly the deep state is. But when Dan Bongino says that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide, when Kash Patel says that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide, all of a sudden now they want to believe it? These fools, these morons, these right-wing imbeciles who wear the Donald Trump knee pads 24/7, they are all disgusting and they are pathetic.